All righty.
What's happening, fam? What's happening, fam?
How we
Top of the
darn? How
morning.
you darn? How you darn?
I look a bit white.
What's wrong with that, bro?
No, it's like I ain't got no shoulder there. There you go. It's a little bit better.
Right.
I don't know. It's like it's super.
Like
super,
damn, son. Yes, today is a good day. Scary Terry McLaurin got paid, and that's good. I mean, you know what's funny is we recorded a video yesterday where I talked about Jahan Dotson, and we're still gonna release that video, but it's in the video I say the most likely scenario is that Terry's gonna get signed, but it's still an interesting video. I think worth watching. But it's funny timing. Of course, they decided to do it right when I made a video about Jahan Dotson.
By the time,
That's how it
it's
always
all good.
works, isn't it?
It's all good. It happens, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Shout out.
Hold
Yeah,
up.
exactly. Shout out Rai Raw. You said just got a notification. The Juliet draft is in 7 days.
Shit.
That's right, brother. We are 7 days away from drafting in the Juliet League, and that's going to be a fun one. Let's have a look at the draft board there, if I can pull it up.
I'm Juliet.
Out in the Juliet League. Let's see.
What's happening,
what we
John,
got, baby.
Jesus, Daniel, Lakers, Skater fan, Justin, Raw, and Rai. All love you. I appreciate you guys. Jesus, man, send me a trade, Bobby. I mean, we can do something special right here, right now.
Jesus I think he's got a trade for me in his inbox. I
We
can't
still got
remember
that Bravo, man. Come on.
You can see
yeah, look
the
at
draft board is pretty wild. A lot of strategies going on, and then you got Badaki.
I actually sent a message last night to Julia, to the Juliet League, saying that I wanted to trade my first and second 2023 and 2024. So hit me up. People already hit me up. I'm just trying to
Hey,
I
bro.
want mid rounds.
I
You
get
know, I
that.
want like 3, 4, 5. People were sending me 7, 8th rounders. So I'm not trying to send that away.
I get it. You want to get the right value for your pick. Makes sense.
Absolutely.
What's up, Dom?
Absolutely.
What's up? I'm pretty sure you said hi to John. What's up, Drusiv? What's up, ATJ? Wasn't able to sleep. Was thinking about draft position all last night. ATJ got the 12 spot. And if you guys watched yesterday, we had a draft order reveal. It was thrilling. And I'm pretty excited with the results because I finally was able to get the 6th spot, which I've honestly never had. Oddly enough, throughout, I can't think of a single time in a fantasy draft I've had 6.
Yeah.
Normally it's I have like anywhere from 8 to 12 in all my fantasy drafts. The gods just normally shite on me, but I'm excited. What's up, Daniel? I see you got your both Daniel, John, and Drew all got their kid goat on the YouTube membership.
No, that's awesome.
Jay Stump says if nobody wants to do a trade for Deshaun and Echo, I will do nothing. I got a video coming out soon about that, so that will be interesting. John says both of you didn't even send me counters and Kilo. Here's what I tell people: if I don't send a counter, then I don't think that we are even anywhere near close to get a deal done. I'll always send a counter if I'm interested, or if there is like room for a deal to get done. But I always say this, and I stand by it. If there's absolutely no way, like we are super far apart, then it's probably not going to happen.
It's just probably not going to happen. Be completely honest with you. No jokes. I'm about to send you a counter right now. But that original trade you sent me was banned, so I didn't really take that serious, to be completely honest.
Dom said some
take this
crazy
one,
draft
too.
trades last night. AT says twice in a row. I can relate to that pain, brother. I can definitely relate to that pain. Did we get any trades going through last night? Oh, we did. I didn't even
There was a
get
couple.
to see them.
Yeah, there was a couple trades last night. So,
Okay.
ATJ, let me know, man. I know I can give you some future picks if you want. Do something special. I think I send you out.
So annoying how Sleeper on like the desktop version, the trades just like, why can't you give me what it shows me on the mobile app version? You know. Let me see what these trades are.
Yeah,
for you
like
guys.
you can't really see it on the thing. So
annoying.
Yeah, it's super annoying.
This first one is the 104, so that's Reb. Reb's getting the 104, and then McBusta is getting the 212, the 412, and a 23 first. So you can already see McBusta is probably going towards a rebuilding strategy, I would imagine. I don't want to speak for him. Prob, you can see Wow. Okay, so there's a lot of picks here. This is a 23 first. This is a 24 first. There's
He's getting all future
also
picks. He's getting
all
all future picks,
seconds
yeah.
and all
Yeah.
thirds for the 102 and the 502. That's the 102 and the 502. And oh my gosh, this one's from Bang and Nate. So it looks like the 108, 508, and the 605 for the 105, 1105, 705, and 905. So a lot of trades going on. You can already see the draft board is probably going to start to look a little bit different. Yeah, we're only a day in here. Only a day in here.
Yeah.
But by the way, if you want to be in one of our leagues, we still have spots open in our Lima leagues. That's just what we call it. We use NATO alphabet. So if you would like to play in a league with us, if you would like to play in a league with a really good community, people who care about fantasy, who care about Dynasty, who are active leagues, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. It is a great way for you to support what we do, and then in return, you get perks, which one of those perks is being a part of a league. But you also get things like our rankings, redraft, Dynasty, rookie, just drop redraft rankings. Those will obviously keep updating, every couple weeks. Supporter-only streams. You get access to the Discord. You get a special role in the Discord. You get the fancy hotline where we answer all your questions in a DM. So yeah, definitely check that out. And we are doing a Dynasty Startup mock draft today. We have a redraft mock directly after this.
Mm-hmm.
And
super simple, super easy. Yeah, if you guys want to join our redrafts or Dynasty mock draft, the link is in the description below. Join our Discord and just go to the mock draft tab on our Discord. It's called Dynasty mock drafts. Click on that. That's where we always drop the link. And then for our redraft channel, the exact same thing. Go to redraft mock drafts tab on the redraft and in season. Click on that, and that's where we drop all of our links for our redraft mock drafts. And
ATJ says the 201 is still available, by the way. Hit me up. Send me an offer, bro. I sent you an offer. I didn't get nothing back. It's okay. Actually, I guess I'm back. That's my bad. But send me an offer for the 112. All right, 36 people watching the stream. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Really appreciate that.
Send out the link here as well.
Badaki's going to send out the link to join today's mock draft. Again, that is in our Discord. That is where you would join us. So make sure you're over there in Discord.
1, 2, 3.
And this is going to fill up relatively quickly. And by the way, 40 people watching. The easiest way, quite literally the easiest way for you to support our show is to drop a like on the stream.
You like that?
So,
You like that?
if you would be so kind as to do so, that would be very, very appreciated. I'm going to pull up our little YouTube comment thing. I forgot about it. It's so hard to, like, every time you have to update the link. But why don't you tell people a little bit about this format today in today's mock draft?
Yeah, absolutely. As always, guys, we always do a super flex mock draft: 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flex, 1 super flex, and then 6 to 8 bench spots. Yeah, we do PPR format if you guys want to join our mock drafts. Yeah, but once again, super simple, super easy. Join the link in the description below, which is our Discord, and we're pretty much just all the way leading up to the draft, and we're going to be doing some more redraft mock drafts as well if you guys wanted to start transitioning to redraft, because I know once the season's here, not that Dynasty kind of falls off, but
no, not at all.
Not at all. Yeah, it doesn't fall off at all, but a lot of people like to focus a little bit on their redraft
is important
leagues. So it's all love. Jesus says 8 more days to our Bravo Dynasty Golden. I know, bro. I cannot wait for that rookie draft. I have so many picks.
Yeah,
picks that I'm going to trade to you, Jesus. Am I right? Just let me know. Just send me a message.
Jay Stump said, how would you guys compare doing Dynasty startups where trading is allowed and ones where there isn't trades? I'm doing one without trades for a month now. It's just harder to do a specific strategy, I would say. I don't think there's necessarily a wrong way to do it. I I would heavily advocate for trades. I would understand in redraft because everyone's trying to win now, so we're all trying the same strategy, you know. Not doing pre-draft trades in redraft leagues, but in Dynasty, I feel like that's a big part of people feeling like they can get the most out of the board and their strategy. So it's not something I would suggest, but it doesn't mean that it's wrong.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, we're going to put 60 seconds on the clock and start this bad boy up.
There it is.
We will have... Oh my gosh, a trade just happened. As soon as I hit
literally
complete in Delta. Let's see here.
The Dawn. Kyler Murray, Breece Hall in a 2023 third for Mike Williams and Justin Herbert in a 2023 third.
Okay, making moves.
El Tigre.
Big moves. Tigre's actually in the... He's doing a mock draft right now and completing trades. I love it.
Well, Tigre also now has 3 Chargers because he has Justin Herbert, Mike Williams, and Austin Eckler on that team.
Yeah.
Let's see the Dons.
So we see Allen and Mahomes go off the board. No surprise. Like we always say, it feels like the top 3 are always in some order, and then the next 3 are in some other order. So that's kind of what you typically see.
And then who didn't Tigre the Don get again there? He got Breece.
Breece and Kyler.
But he has Saquon. Well, I guess that kind of helps his team because he had Chase, Saquon. He had Kyler, Kirk Cousins, and Dak Prescott, and Breece Hall now. So interesting. Lamar Jackson.
All right, so Lamar goes off the board. I got the 6th spot last night. I was extremely happy. Just finally a spot that I haven't had that I want to try out in the Kilo League. So let's take Kyler Murray there.
Brother Kyle.
Gator says redrafted more of my passion anyway. Yes, sir. We will have a redraft. We actually just dropped this video over on the redraft page. I will link it for you guys in case you want to watch it. 2 wide receivers that we talk about that we're very passionate about drafting that you can get pretty late in drafts. So maybe check that out. And then today we do have a mock draft directly after this one. If you guys want to join us over there on the redraft channel. You know, if you're subscribed here and you got the notifications on, so you always know when we go live, you can do the same over there on the redraft channel. Right. That will help you out to know when we go live. But we have Jamar Chase off the board, as well as Justin Jefferson, Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris off the board, as well as Dak Prescott.
There he goes. Let's see what happens. Let's also see where Deshaun goes here. Deshaun didn't get I guess we didn't get a final answer. Looks like it could be going for another day or 2.
Might go for weeks.
Yeah, I mean, they were even saying that I was listening to a report and they were saying that obviously the NFL is pushing for an indefinite suspension, either indefinite suspension or a year suspension. And then obviously Deshaun and his team is looking for,
which that's what I don't understand. Like, it doesn't matter what they want.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what Deshaun. Yeah,
John says nice model face on that video thumbnail. Oh, I think he's talking about this one. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Like, it doesn't matter if Deshaun wants less. Of course, he wants less games, but we don't care.
Yeah, like if the NFL is saying that, I guess like his team will fight for that, saying that if depending on what happens in court, because so like I don't know, I can't even give hypotheticals, but it's interesting. I'll be really surprised.
Yeah, our draft a month from now is almost all super dynasty casuals and 3 of us hardcore dynasty players, including me. So we decided to do 0 trades, no taking advantage of other teams. I can understand that. You know, there's a lot of calculators out there. They're definitely not 100% accurate at all, but they at least help newbies with trades. But I get it. I can understand where people are coming from. CeeDee Lamb's off the board. We went Wilson and Jalen Hurts at the 12. And then we see CeeDee Lamb, Kyle Pitts, and DeAndre Swift as the next players. Drusiv trying the double RB strat. Jenner trying the no QB strat. You know, kind of just best player on his board, I imagine. And you start with Chase and Stafford. I had a pipe dream that maybe, you know, Lance would fall to me.
Yeah, you had a little dream there. You had just a little glimpse.
It was only a dream.
Let's see what else happens here on this board. The seven spot here in the middle always gets really confusing for me. Sometimes I want to go one way or go like, I see a wide receiver sometimes that I like that falls to me. I see a quarterback that falls to me sometimes that I like. Goes back and forth here. You're on the clock.
I think at this point it feels like wide receivers are the better buy here. Or sorry, running backs. There's not a quarterback I'm really obsessed with here. And I feel like running backs are the better buy, so I'll grab Javonte. This is starting to look like my home league.
Probably.
In my home league, I got Kyler, Mahomes, Javonte. Didn't get Mahomes, though, so what can you do?
This is a fat GG's, isn't it? Sheesh.
Yeah.
People commenting about that trade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now D-Law is on the clock. Shout out to Terry getting paid. He definitely deserves it.
Yeah, right. Who would have thought? Not me.
I said it multiple times. If anyone can mess us up, it's Washington. But obviously, we got the deal done here. $71 million. Signing bonus of $28 million, which is the largest ever given to a wide receiver. I like Terry, but that's a lot of money. Wow. But he was more than just a player for us. Fields go off the board at the 2-8.
Oh, okay. You see this?
What?
Steve just posted In-N-Out Burger to Sydney, June 29th, 10 a.m. From 10 a.m. on June 29th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the city.
Yeah.
Only today?
Oh, wait. That's today?
That's literally only today. Like, why would you only do that for one day?
And on a Wednesday as well.
Yeah, on a Wednesday. Yeah, that's so weird.
Honestly, I've always thought that In-N-Out Burger was overrated. And that's someone who's lived in LA, so
I've only had it once, and I thought it was decent, but like I never truly had the true experience,
The thing is, the fries at In-N-Out are maybe the worst fries from any burger chain ever, and that makes it really hard to consistently want to eat In-N-Out. The burgers are good, but the fries are possibly the worst of any. I mean, even add in fast food chains, like they are awful. I know people say, well, you got to get an animal style. I don't like to eat my fries like that. I don't want my fries getting soggy, and like I want to decide when I dip. But Robin says, yo guys, where does Dak CD stack rank for you guys in terms of stacks? It's pretty high up there. I mean, I would say Burrow, Higgins, Burrow, Chase would be a higher stack. Allen Diggs would be a higher stack.
Yeah, Stafford Cup, higher stack as well. I mean, there's going to be more stacks coming in here soon, with Russell and Jerry or Cortland, whatever the case may be.
But I would say it's pretty close.
Yeah, I think like top 5, top 8-ish. I think they're definitely up there for sure.
Mitchell says, found the channel right after the season. Was the plan for in-season content? So in-season content on our Dynasty channel or our redraft channel, because those will look a little bit different. But in redraft, we'll obviously be doing like starts of the week, players that you should trade for in redraft leagues, waiver wire pickups, everything that involves redraft content. We'll also be doing DFS over there on our redraft channel. But on the Dynasty channel, it'll be more talking about moves that you can make in season to either improve your win now strategy or your futuristic strategy, the right time to trade players. But also we'll probably keep looking at the 2023 class. If someone has a really good game and we want to look at it or we want to talk about it, we'll make content about that. Players who are going up and down the draft boards, throughout the year.
Yeah, we're still gonna be pumping out content. We're still gonna be pumping out content, no doubt, during the season. So don't worry about that. But if you're more focused on, start sit, I think we will definitely cater to both. But we haven't really thought about it yet. But I think the thought process is that it's gonna be on the redraft channel.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we want to make 2 of the same videos for redraft and Dynasty when they can just be in the same thing.
No.
It just depends on where you find it, whether it's in the redraft or on the Dynasty channel. So we'll wait and see. We
All
will
right.
and see.
Higgins at the 2.9, Andrews at the 2.10, Brees, Cup, Brown, Lawrence, Waddle, and CMC. ATJ says, I was hearing that one of the things they were using to defend Deshaun was the Kraft situation. Fair. He says also they're paying him Devontae money. That's Terry. Daniel says McDonald's equals the best fries. They're pretty good fries. Can't lie there.
Mm-hmm.
Did McDonald's get more expensive? I don't know. I didn't realize that. Higgins over Lamb. I wouldn't say I would draft Higgins over Lamb, but I would say Burrow and Higgins is probably a stack I would prefer over the Dak Lamb stack, if I had to choose one.
Yeah, same.
Find a glimpse of us.
Mitchell said definitely excited for more prospects breakdowns. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that right after these live streams. Honestly.
So this is a hard place to be because I guess Debo and DK are the only ones left to get a long-term deal. This puts me in a weird position here. I feel like I need to get a wide receiver. Yeah, not really obsessed with the quarterbacks on the board here. I'm gonna go Diggs.
Ugh. That's all I wanted there.
I think everyone is more expensive. That's true. John says Wendy's fries dipped in a Frosty. That was always a good experience after you got some dental work done. Hey, getting a nice little Frosty. Dollar menu is a value menu now. So they don't have a dollar menu anymore? Nothing costs $1?
That's pretty shit, honestly.
Inflation. You know, I was talking to my mom about the other day, and obviously, this is not the proper way to say it, but when does inflation stop? When do things stop becoming more expensive? Because what is in 10 years is $1 million going to be worth what $100,000 was? You know, when do we reach the point where that stops happening?
Yeah, no idea. Probably never. It probably goes up and it's definitely like a
when
roller
interest
coaster,
rates
you
go
know?
up.
Yeah, it goes up and down. That's really what it is.
Yeah. Tigre says couldn't let me have the stack. I mean, is Debo even going to be in San Francisco? He keeps saying that he doesn't want to be there. I think you get large drink for $1. Oregon says Juliet draft board looking crazy. Saw that.
Yeah, I know. Send me a trade, brother. Wait, are you in one of our leagues? Everyone's name is different.
Why would he know what the Juliet draft board?
Well,
maybe
he saw it earlier. That's the only reason why. And he just meant to comment. I'm just double checking to see
his name is definitely different on YouTube than it is on Sleeper.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like who?
Tua is the pick here at the 3.8. Gator says, how many boom bust type players would be willing to go in typical redraft? I think we talked about this before, but it's just value. It's just value based on the board. You know, risk versus reward versus ADP. You want to make sure that you're taking risks at times that are worth taking risks. Like in the first round, I don't really want to take a risk on a player. Second round, I don't want to take a risk on a player. But we get to the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th rounds. Now you start to think about, you know, risk versus reward in those kind of situations. So as we see Metcalf, Mixon, Cook, Eckler, Barkley. So a big run of running backs at the back half of that.
Thanks.
I know it's about value, about how much risk is too much. I don't know how to answer that. How much risk is too much?
It really just every situation is different. You don't know what the risk would be.
Oh my goodness, another trade just happened. Go ahead.
Oh really? You just don't know what the risk could be. Like, you know, and it depends on how far you want to go. Like, if you feel like Deshaun is going to play and the risk to trade for him for this year is not that bad for you, for me that's tremendous. You know, really depends on the situation and what you think. So it's just like I think it's a personal evaluation
Yeah.
You know, is Debo a high risk person because he gets injured? You know, that 1 year thing. For me, not that high risk. For others, it may be really high, and that's why they avoid Debo. So it's just a personal preference. What else we got here?
ATJ
Ken
says
Walker.
like
Wow.
taking DJ in the 4th. DJ stands, rise up. Don't let him get away with it. I was gonna say, like, you should definitely grab Deontay here. Mac Jones goes off the board. I mean, Deshaun Watson's there.
Deshaun Watson is there.
I don't know. I don't feel like it's a good time to take a quarterback.
You know who else is there? I mean, Derek Carr is there too. So
yeah.
Robin said, "Pity going higher and higher in drafts each and every day." Absolutely. I mean, I think he definitely fluctuates. We've seen him go as high as 1.9, down to the 2.3, 2.4, like you see here today. So, it's very,
like I
very
said,
interesting.
Keep getting pieces from my home league. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to take Deshaun there, but this team kind of feels like a competing team, so hard to rely on him.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. It's definitely a tough one there.
AT said DJ. They want me to draft DJ more. They want to see it. I honestly, I would be surprised if anyone could look at a mock draft that we've done on this channel where I have drafted DJ. Maybe it's happened. Maybe it has happened, but I can't think of a time where I've seen him on the board and been like, ooh, let me grab DJ.
Right. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't think I've ever drafted DJ. I don't think I've ever had DJ on any of my fantasy teams, to be honest. I don't think I drafted him when he came into the league. I'm trying to think of a time when I had him.
Godwin's off the board. Roz said I'm in the same boat. Gare says, do you think Dameon Pierce will be the Houston starter, and what do you see his upside? I think they mentioned that they're probably going to start with Marlon, so I would say Marlon Mack is probably the starter to start the year, but I think that job is very much in the air.
Yeah, I think it's 50-50, 60-40. I think it's just going to fluctuate every week. They're going to try to get Dameon used to the NFL. You know, it doesn't just click for people, usually. So they're going to give him some touches, and then it'll just go up and down each week. It's going to change each week depending on. You might be able to start him. You might not be able to start him depending on the matchup. There goes
AT
Deshaun.
says bet a pick on it. Honestly, maybe there's a time where I did it. I just can't remember off the top of my head. By the way, new F1 game came out, and it was an absolute disaster of a release. Anyone who had the F1 game on Steam, it just didn't release the entire day. So after I finished work yesterday, after I finished doing what we needed to do, I was ready to play the game, and just, I mean, the whole time, 8 hours, just didn't unlock. It was a disaster.
That sucks.
And then I just had to go to sleep.
But now you have a new day. You're gonna play all day today.
Wow. Well, got a lot of stuff to figure out. Got to play videos tomorrow.
After that, you're gonna be like, it's all about F1.
I would say Deshaun Watson's ADP is probably higher than this. I saw the comment in the chat here.
Yeah.
From Ryan. I would say probably third round is where you're gonna see him go. But I am making a video about Deshaun Watson. We're gonna release that soon. I think it's definitely worth watching. ATJ says, I think if the team is doing absolute trash, which they could be, then they will roll out Pierce sooner. Sure, just to see what they have. I could see that as well. We see DJ Moore off the board at the 5-1, as well as the Derrick Henry.
The Derrick.
I should have said the DJ Moore remix, but whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever, man.
Yeah, honestly, bro, can I be honest with you? It's whatever.
No. Oh, what a day already.
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers. Brother Cam, huh?
You like Brother Cam?
Yeah, he's all right. He's all
Yoki
right. He's a
says,
good
what's
guy.
your thoughts on Calvin Austin? He's interesting. I would say his body type for me, I know that there are other players who might disagree, but his body type for me, the role that I envision him having in the NFL would be mostly kick returns, maybe within the offense having, let's say, 2 to 3 opportunities a game. Just that guy who can maybe touch the ball and, you know, make a big difference for you. I don't know that he's ever going to be someone that you manufacture touches for. And then the depth chart, I mean, is he wide receiver 5 there? Is he 4? I don't know. So
Yeah.
I think he can develop into a player who can contribute to a team. I think he's a good football player. I just don't know what that means for fantasy football. You know?
Oh, look at Justin. Justin said I coached Calvin Austin in high school.
That's awesome. Like I said,
Pixar
good
didn't
football
happen.
player. I just don't know if he's going to be fantasy relevant at some point.
That's kind of cool though.
That is
That's
cool.
awesome, Justin.
J.K. Dobbins off the board. I was kind of hoping he might fall to me.
Bobbing like I'm Dobbins right there.
Although
huh?
I already have 2 running backs, to be fair.
Yeah, I definitely had him on my queue there. I was excited.
ATJ says slot and gadget. I can definitely see that happening. You know, the way that guys like Jakeem Grant, think about how like Jakeem Grant was kind of sparingly used. That's just kind of how I see his role. It's not that he's not a good player, but and especially in that depth chart, you know what I mean? It's just so hard to see where he falls in that depth chart.
It's hard. It's just hard to envision a role, especially if Pickens, Deontay, if any one of those guys continue, like for example, Deontay gets an extension, if Claypool gets an extension, and Pickens is there, it will really be hard for me to envision a role for him coming anytime soon. In the next 2 to 3 years, unless one of them leaves, somebody gets hurt, and then Calvin Austin can have an opportunity. But it's definitely a gadget player, in my opinion, a special teams player.
Grab Derek there. Lion says, dude, in one of my leagues, traded his 23 first for Dameon Pierce. Oh, no. That's rough. Yeah. To be fair, in one of our home leagues, I did not expect it, but I was trying to move back from the 202, and someone gave me the 205 and Damian Harris to go up and get Dameon Pierce. So, yeah, people are spinning up, but 23 first, obviously, that's a lot more to give up for him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's, you know, I think I said it before, but I only see 2 workhorse running backs in this class. I still stand by that. That's Brees and Kenneth, or Ken now. So,
Brother Ken.
and next year, I mean, I said this before, maybe in a different video, but if you look at my regular dynasty rankings, right now there's only 2 running backs in the top 30, and that's Brees and Kenneth, like overall. And I imagine next year with that class, there could be 5 to 6 running backs in my top 30. That's how good next year's class is. So I would rather have the 23 first for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I'm trying to do that every single day.
ATJ says, but honestly, I think they'll be finding ways to get Pickens on the field opposed to them utilizing him. Yeah, probably more upside.
Gotta wait and see what happens.
As we see
And
Terry
what
off the
Monty-
board.
What a Monty to fall to me there.
Monty, Aaron Jones, Kittle, and Hollywood.
Hollywood.
I honestly was wanting Hollywood to fall to me, but what can you do? Where would Brees be in the 23 draft class? That's such a good question. I don't know the answer to it. I would say right now, probably RB2. I don't think I would put anyone else above. Like, Jameer is a really good prospect, but let's see what he does at Bama. Yeah, I think probably RB2. I would put Bijan ahead of him for sure.
Oh, that's funny. Based on there's no amount of money you can pay me to call Kenneth Walker Ken. Nope. That's funny.
Yeah.
What
What did someone say on one of our streams before? They were like, Kenneth is that
know.
dude who's gonna run through a wall through anyone, but Ken is the guy who's trying to sell me car insurance or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh man.
Antonio Gibson off the board. So team 6 here, no quarterbacks. No quarterbacks.
There goes Garrett Wilson there. Let's see if somebody falls.
Pays taxes. K9 is such a baller name for Walker. K9. Yeah. He's a dog. Garrett Wilson. I'll probably change it to 30 seconds here soon.
Let's see what happens here. Brother Chubb. This is interesting now.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what you're going to do. There's 3 wide receivers I'm happy with here, so I don't really care which way you go.
Yeah. Well, my ranking said I should take the guy I know that you want.
That I want? I thought it would have taken the guy that I don't want, which is Devonta, but...
Actually, that's a lie. Technically, my ranking said I should take this guy, so I'm going to take this guy. I thought I had this guy a lot higher, but I didn't.
I thought Devonta was pretty high in your rankings.
No, he's not. He's not there yet. There's definitely a couple more people in front of him.
Make a move, brother. Whatever it's going to be.
Make a move. Question is, you go with the rookie?
Really using all the time here.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to change the 30 seconds here on the clock. And not going to end the draft. Don't worry. Oh, I guess I never paused it. All right, so yeah, I was happy with Olave, Jameson, Rashad, any of those options I was really happy with.
Yeah, it's a win-win there. So
the hard thing is with my strategy here, I don't think I would draft Jameson. I think I would be going Bateman. But I do have Jameson higher in my rankings. I just don't think he necessarily fits this strategy right here. This feels more like a team that I want to try to win this year with, having Carr, Diggs, Kyler. So,
yeah, I hear you. Justin, would you rather have Sutton and a 23 first or Jerry Jeudy? I'll take the 23 first with Cortland. Because if Cortland has a really good season,
yeah.
If Cortland has a really good season this year, I think you can really flip that. You can flip him easy, get a younger piece, do whatever you want with it, and plus you have a 23 first. So
I think there's a chance. As much as I love Jerry Jeudy, I think he's going to have a great year, but there's a chance that we view those guys very similarly in Dynasty next year.
For sure. 100%.
So, yeah, I would say the 23 first is by far the better value with Sutton there. Welcome back, Rai. Jay Stump says, Ken Walker, a politician, definitely not a Seahawk. I wonder if there's any articles about Ken Walker name change. I mean, if you type in Ken Walker, Kenneth Walker doesn't even come up.
Yeah, that's weird.
If you type in Ken Walker name change, like some lawyer comes up. Type in Ken Walker right now into Google, guys.
I'm gonna hold on, Ken Walker.
Do you want to know what comes up? What the first result is when I type in Ken Walker? Dr. Ken Walker, senior curator of. I'm not gonna say that right. Entomology? I don't know.
Entomology? I think that's what it is.
This is the most famous Ken Walker on Google, apparently. Who's the second? Well, it's an Instagram page. And it's... I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is, sorry. Ken Walker, let's see. This is the first Wikipedia page that comes up. Australian rules footballer. Okay.
That's funny. What if you put Ken Walker the third?
Well, that would obviously change things. We got some YouTube videos to come up. Ken Walker, project manager. This is hilarious. This is Ken Walker, guys. That's Ken Walker.
Maybe this is exactly why he wanted to change his name to Ken. Just so he can get lost in the mix, you know? He didn't want to be that famous.
Wants to get lost in the sauce. Jameson, Pickett, Fournette, Devonta, Hawkinson, Brady, Elijah, Kirk Cousins, and A.J. Dillon off the board. I kind of wish I didn't go Carr at the 5-6. I wish I would have gone maybe Hollywood or Olave. And then maybe Bateman on the return because I could have gotten... Well, I would have had to go Cousins here anyway. So I guess it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Don't like the running backs on the board, that's for sure. But I already got 2 that I like. I smell popcorn. Someone is cooking popcorn in my house.
Pop.
This is probably going to be a little bit of a panic pick, but I'm going to go Darnell Mooney. I was not able to reference my rankings in 30 seconds, unfortunately, and I think I definitely would have gone Sky Moore now that I look at it. Yeah, I would have.
GG's.
Ken Walker thinks government controls the weather. In Australia, that's true. Apparently,
Yeah.
Ross says that's my dad. Lion says better debate would be Tim Patrick and a 23 first for Judy. Sure, I can see that.
Yeah.
Jay Stump says I got social media influencer with 2.2 million followers on Insta. Yeah, that's probably the other guy that we saw.
Oh man,
Justin Curry must have been sniped by someone.
he must have been. I wonder who. Let's see. Golden Son Mike Williams. This is his first running back, fantasy dominator.
Wide
at the
receiver?
end there. Yeah, first wide receiver. Excuse me.
Sutton there at the 712 is pretty good value.
He's doing a late wide receiver strategy. Let's see what that team ends up looking like.
It was Mooney, apparently, that I sniped him from. I'm sorry, brother. Dalton Schultz off the board.
Oh man, who to take?
Hard decision, brother. Hard decision.
It's always the hardest.
Let's see if Jenner's going to get a quarterback. Here we go. Davis Mills. Got our first QB. And
it will be enough.
let's see what Drewsov does. Darren Waller off the board. It's a pretty good pick. I think with my strategy, I probably would have taken him next. So I like that for you. I normally don't like going running back early, but I'm pretty happy right now with my team as a whole with Javonte and ETN. Maybe that's something about the 6 spot I need to think about.
What league do you have the 6 in? Although the one we just did, right? Yesterday?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, and now I can grab a guy that you and I both really like in Allen Robinson.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good.
And, you know, it really depends on how the board falls because sometimes you go running back early and you hate the wide receivers that fall to you. Sometimes you go wide receiver early and you hate the running backs that fall to you.
There was some really good values, like in our past. I think the last one or the one before that, the running backs kind of felt just young players because there were so many win now teams.
Yeah.
That were being constructed that you could have just gotten some really good young players late in the drafts, which was fun.
Yeah.
Well, every draft is different, so.
We see Juju off the board as well as Brandon Ayuk, who, you know, is probably being undervalued, to be honest. We're probably undervaluing Brandon Ayuk. First round pick. Production year 1. Will Debo be back? Who knows? As James Conner goes off the board, as well as Amon-Ra. ATJ says, did you know DJ's favorite team was Washington growing up? DJ Moore?
Didn't know that.
Dang. I'm sorry for him. As a Washington fan,
it's not that we don't like DJ. It's just like
I feel
he ain't got
sorry
no quarterback.
that he had to do that.
My boy don't got a quarterback and he's struggling. So GG's.
No, I'm saying for DJ's sake, I feel bad for him.
Right.
As someone else who grew up a Washington fan, because that's only something that leads to sadness.
Only sadness.
What's up on Twitch? They need to name Lance a starter already. I know, man. Let's hope they do, Ricky. I'm pretty. I feel like 99% confident that we will see him as a starter. So,
yeah, I think they will as well. I'd be surprised if Jimmy just pops out week 1 and then everyone's just.
I just don't see a way that happens.
It's just shattered. I think that it would just be so like funny. I guess it's funny to me because I guess
people want to see the world burn.
I think it's just funny. Like if I actually don't have any Trey Lance. Not that I don't believe in him. It's just like I actually don't. I'm not in a position to get him like ever. So it's just very, very interesting that that's the case. If that were to happen. It was Tony.
Tony at the 9-1 feels like a steal. Justin says. Tony here. We'll see what's going to happen with Tony year 2. What can they do? Brandon says, this is Dallas 5X. If I'm not competing by midseason, I'd move Kelsey to help this stronger. I'm so bad at reading. I'm so sorry. I get it. You would kind of like go rebuild. You can see Dallas's team here. Mahomes, got Brees, Clyde, Cam. Yeah, I think the wide receivers are really the only, like, they're good wide receivers, but you're like, will these guys help me compete this year consistently? We don't know the answer, do we?
Yeah, we don't.
As we see Damian and Jameis Winston off the board.
Right. Who's most undervalued late round wide receiver?
I was going to say Jahan Dotson. I was hoping he was about to fall to me, but.
There's a couple, I think. I mean, a guy that you just said, I mean, I guess it's not super late, but Brandon Ayuk, I think Gabriel Davis, in my opinion, is undervalued. I think there's just a bunch. Alan Lazard right now, maybe a Chase, if you want to say, Kirk Cousins. You know, Adam Thielen, I guess, depending on the route you kind of want to go. Russell Gage is out there as well. So, I mean, there's a bunch of people that you can get. You see, Alan Lazard just went there with Russell Gage. Maybe that was my influence from saying that. But by the way, that's not a bad lineup either. Like, I don't mind getting Alan Lazard and Russell Gage as my wide receiver 3 and 4 there. So.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more worried about it in Dynasty, but in redraft, I would love.
Oh, for sure. Sorry, I guess.
Guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Oof.
Well,
okay.
Take Damian here.
Yeah, I really want to Kirk there, but, you know, when a player that you really want goes off the board, it kind of forces you to address a need. So, yeah, give me Pat.
Give him Pat the Dragon, huh?
Welcome, Pat. This is a mock draft. Tommy, your boy Bricks. Wesley, what's up, brother? Welcome.
He said I win.
I win. I love it. Got the dubs.
So Chase Claypool there.
Yeah, Chase is probably pretty good value at that point. Andrew says odds Zach ends a draft by accident again. If you guys were with us yesterday, I went to pause the draft and I accidentally hit end draft. And then I was like, what the heck? Like, this is a glitch by Sleeper. And then I look back and I did it myself. So, which side do you want in a 10-man SuperFlex Dynasty? Was there players there?
Yeah.
Did he ask players before in a different comment?
No, he didn't. It hasn't popped up. What does he say? Fantasy dominates a champ, crown him. He does have a decent team. I actually don't mind it with the strat that he kind of pulled there.
Yeah, we got Russell, Hurts. I'm a fan of the running backs. I'm just not a fan of taking Eckler. I'm fine with. I just don't love taking guys like Barkley and Jones that early in Dynasty. But at the same time, if the strategy is to win now, they're probably the best options on the board. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's definitely a good enough team to compete year one, be in the championship. Okay, I think here's the question. Akers, Kyle Trask, 106, 406. Or Pollard and the 102.
Wait, what?
Well, so Akers and the 106. That's really what I'm looking at here is Akers and the one. I don't think Kyle Trask is a starter in the NFL personally. I know some people do. I see him more as a backup, and I think if Brady moves on, they're going to they're probably going to address that in a different way. So essentially, 406. Let's throw it out, assuming it's a rookie pick. Really, Akers and 106 or Pollard and the 102. That's tough.
I guess it really depends on your team. That's like I need to see the teams. Because at the 102 you can go either way. You can go wide receiver, you can go quarterback, you can even go another running back if you want to get Ken. I'm a believer in Cam Akers unlike others, and Tony Pollard hopes to get the workload here. So I mean, if I had to go with my rankings and what I believe in, and at the moment you can technically get Kenny Pickett at the 106. You can get a Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson at the 106. So why not?
I would say it's not a draft that you necessarily want to give a lot to move up in. So
yeah,
I'll probably stick with the Akers side, even though I don't even like Akers. But I think you're probably giving up too much to move up in a draft that we don't really want to move up in. So I like Kenny, but I don't think it should cost that much to move up, and if it does, I'll probably just hold. Wesley is feeling himself right now. I love it.
Thomas said he would go Kenny at the 102. So if your strategy is to get another quarterback, because you need another backup or whatever the case may be, then I'm happy to take Pollard in the 102 and take Kenny. But at the same time, could you potentially get Kenny at the 106?
No, but you can get a really good wide receiver at the 106.
Yeah, so I think that's the hard part. It's like
Akers and Burks, Akers and Olave, or Pollard and Ken Walker. So I think it's, and then also, I guess we have to include the Kyle Trask and 406 part of it, but no, I would say
he would go Ken Walker. He wouldn't go.
Yeah, I
assumed he was
Ken.
Kenny Pickett. I thought he meant Kenny Pickett.
I assumed he meant Ken personally, but
so there you go. So then if you think Kenneth Walker is a better talent, is going to get more opportunities, more healthier than a Cam Akers, go for Ken Walker. You have Tony Pollard, and we both believe Tony Pollard is going to get a good workload coming into the season.
Yeah, I'm the biggest Tony Pollard lover, and I don't like Cam Akers at all. And I'm saying I would do the Akers side, personally. Yeah. Laviska goes off the board.
Laviska? Chenault.
Oh, damn it. Okay, got to change the strat up here a little bit. Man, the running back room is just disgusting right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nasty.
Who doesn't have a tight end yet? Only one person. I can't. Kind of have to take him now just in case, but there's no running back I really wanted to invest in there. A couple wide receivers I like, but just thought I would take the risk there.
Yeah, took Cole and see what happens. Brother Cole.
Brother?
No.
Cole.
Brother Cole. I know exactly what I need to do.
By the way, guys, we're going to round 15 today. Round 15.
David Bell there. Dallas Goedert. Tyler Lockett there. Oh, I need to send some trades out. This man D Lawrence has sniped me all draft long. He said,
Huh?
To make it more. Say you wanted that
I love that.
I do.
Oh, Tommy, thank you for the donation, brother.
The foundation.
You didn't have to do that, bro. It's all
Huge
love.
love, man.
Appreciate you.
He wants to jump
There
in.
it is. There it pops
Instead,
up.
he'll just make a donation.
Thank you very much, Tommy.
When you come back,
your
brother,
boy Bricks.
I'll buy you some Condis. Chocolate chip. What is it? Double
You
chocolate?
should probably explain what condis are.
It's called Connoisseurs, and it's an ice cream.
Yeah.
And Tommy used to come over
To our house. Just
come over to our house
just
with a bucket and just
destroy
sit
it.
there and
Yeah.
eat it.
smash
Yeah.
it down.
And wouldn't gain like a pound at all. He was just like, yeah, man, like we're chilling. That's actually him bulking up.
I love it. All Sports says I got Pickett at 111 in my SuperFlex league. That's pretty good value there.
Yeah.
It's probably a good time to draft him as well with the reports coming out. He's running with the third strings. Obviously Pickett's probably starting. If you draft Kenny Pickett in a startup, you probably want to secure Mitch Trubisky just in case as well. Honestly, Tommy, just get a wheel. Let's play F1. With my strategy, I feel pretty confident about taking Calvin Ridley here in the 13th round. I mean, we've seen him go in the 11th round before. Someone I keep advocating for if you're kind of doing that win now strategy. He's a really good buy low right now, and he might not help you this year, but next year I think he's going to help you out a lot. I mean, there was talks about him potentially going to the Eagles. So there's teams that want to trade for Calvin Ridley. Obviously, he won't go to the Eagles now, but he's going to be a contributor to a team, and this is someone who has proven production for multiple years as Sleeper just stops working. Is the draft still going on? I mean, Sleeper just...
Draft is still going on my side, so I don't know about you.
Okay, here we go. But anyway, I think he's worth drafting. Yeah, Trubisky probably going to be the guy. And what's weird is like that team is so good that like what would Trubisky have to do to lose his job? I don't know that it would be all that much that he would have to do to lose his job. Sorry, I meant what I'm trying to say is I don't think it's going to be easy for him to lose his job because it's such a good team. That's what I was trying to say.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I think if he's clearly struggling, like you're actually just bad.
Sure.
Yeah. I think that's where they'll be like, you know what? Let's see what Kenny can do. But we'll see.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, if he's running with the third strings, who the hell's running with the second strings?
Probably Mason.
Mason Rudolph? Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
probably. Ron the Don at the 14-3. I like it.
Khalil?
People were really upset with us that we didn't have Robert Tonyan in the last tight end tier video, but no one ends up drafting him ever in our Dynasty startups. You know what I mean? So yeah. I'm wondering if anyone on the stream today was potentially upset that we didn't have him there, and maybe where you would decide to draft him in startups. Where's the point where you want you want to grab him?
I mean, I can definitely see a pathway for Tanyan, but
Yeah.
like, he's not someone I'm going out my way to draft. I'm picking him up off a waiver wire, sure.
Yeah.
I'm picking him up, just because I can see something happening. But I think there's just a better pathway maybe for these other tight ends that we were talking about in that video.
Sure, and even
But-
investing in a tight end, like, I don't know that I want to invest in Robert Tonyan long term. Not that he's old, just there's uncertainty. Jimmy G goes out the board. Sniped on Baker, J Stump says. See, I mean, we made a video a couple weeks ago, and I was like, Baker's going to get more valuable. And we see him going before other guys already. What could you get for Baker right now? What do you think you could get for Baker if you sold him?
Third or second, maybe.
Yeah,
No, I
might be
don't
worth
think.
holding.
It's interesting because I don't know if you saw that report. I read that tweet. I don't know how old it was, but he was saying it was at some camp or some school or something like that, and they interviewed him and they were saying, would you ever consider going back to the Browns? And he said that they have to initiate the conversation.
Oh, I don't see him going back to the Browns, but the reports about him potentially, Seattle's interested, Carolina's interested. I think those are kind of the pathways that you would be intrigued by if you were to try and go buy him. I don't think anyone should have any expectations really that he'll be back in Cleveland.
Yeah.
All Sports says, can't wait for this year to be over. Blew up my team after winning the chip last year, and I have 523 first. I love that. Love that for you.
Love that. Same. Got 6. I want up you, brother.
You also have more chances probably to do that though than the average person.
Yeah, than the average person for sure. I have 6 and 2. I have 5 and 1 and 6 and 1. Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Let's see. Obviously not following my rankings here, and that's not what you want, but this late, I'm looking for one more guy who can potentially contribute this year.
I see somebody.
I'm gonna grab Jarvis. Not King.
Yeah, I see somebody. I see somebody.
Back-to-back Giants.
Back-to-back Giants. You gotta get a Giant. You gotta get at least one Giant on your team, Also, Debo. If I had a great amount team, also Debo from running back. Call it a day.
Oh yeah, your running backs are rough, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
I was hoping like AJ Dillon or like I was gonna get a running back in the 7th. I was like AJ Dillon, Elijah Mitchell. One of them are gonna fall to me in the 7th. I was like, I'll be really happy with that,
didn't.
and then I'll rock with it with James Cook as my RB2, and then James Cook or Damian if they continue to fall, but they just didn't. So GG's.
Yeah.
Let's do draft grades here.
Yep.
Right?
Go ahead. Go
I'll
ahead and
start
start with Johnny Boy.
It's been a minute, so we figured we're trying to give some QT to these draft grades. John, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, TB12, Cooper Kupp, AJ Brown, DJ Moore, Kadarius Toney, Adam Thielen, and Jacoby Myers. This looks like a win now team. Derrick Henry, Zeke, Patterson, James, and Marlon Mack with TJ Hawkinson and Irv Smith. I like the room here. Obviously, this is a win now team, so I mean, you can't really go wrong with this. It feels like. I'm just trying to nitpick here. Let's see what I can nitpick here. Maybe someone like a James Robinson, I'm not even invested in. He might not even play. Zach has been saying it for the longest. He might not even play. Maybe go with another high upside guy. Maybe go with a Calvin Ridley if you're a win now team. Maybe go with I see someone. Maybe go with another quarterback. How about this? A Daniel Jones, somebody like that. That was still out there. Maybe a Melvin Gordon, Ronald Jones, just in case, because I don't think James Robinson could be that guy or will even play this year. Other than that, I think this is a good team. This is a win now team. Let's see what the rest of the board looks like. I'll give this a B+ though.
Yeah. Because you have DJ Moore, it's a D. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not that kind of hater. DJ Moore at the 5-1, that's not bad value. Dallas, we got Mahomes and Lawrence, as well as Malik. So I like the quarterback room. Our running backs are Brees, Cam, Clyde, Spiller. I'm not a big Cam guy. I would 10 times out of 10 personally take J.K. Dobbins and Ken Walker over Cam Akers. That's just my personal preference. Doesn't mean that it's right, but I personally would feel like this would be a much stronger running back room with those players instead. Wide receivers. This is where, like, because we talked about this being potentially a team that wants to win now. Wide receivers is where I see it a little bit hard. I know there's kind of two sides to Devonta Smith. I'm kind of the side where this is a team that didn't throw all that much last year. Sure, they might want to transition, but I just don't know how Devonta Smith is going to finish as a top 25 guy this year. I don't know how that's possible with AJ Brown coming in. I could be wrong. Elijah Moore, I like him as a talent, but this year, what's it going to look like? St. Brown, same thing with people coming back. Renfro, we got Adams coming in. So I would say the wide receiver room in general is probably the one area where if we're trying to win now, and I assume we are with Kelsey, it's a little bit harder for me to see those wide receivers being consistent enough for us to really have a shot at the championship. Kelsey and Albert O are going to be obviously great pieces for your team. So overall, I would say a B flat for me with this squad. Okay. Just in a PPR league, you can start 4 wide receivers. You might be at a disadvantage in some weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Jay Stump, Herbert, Cousins, Mariota, good quarterback room there. Mark Andrews and Hunter Henry. Sheesh at the 15-3. People sleeping on Hunter Henry. I'll tell you that much. I love that tight end room. And then the wide receivers, Waddle, Deontay, Treylon, Michael Thomas, Tyler Lockett, excuse me. One thing I can say right there is that Michael Thomas I'm not investing in. At the 11-3, I guess it's still okay. Maybe I'll go with D-Hop. It's a 6-week suspension. At least you can start him. The question mark is Michael Thomas going to play, at least for me? Doesn't feel like it. I'm going Roberto Woods. I'm going Alec Pierce that was still on the board. So one of these other guys that I just would rather invest in than Michael Thomas. Leonard Fournette, James Conner, Alvin Kamara, Rashad White.
Wow, I didn't see Alvin
Gordon.
Going at the 9-3.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Jeez, that's pretty good value.
And he got the handcuff for Lenny there, so it's not terrible.
Yeah, not a bad strat here.
I like this team. Those are the things I would nitpick in is the Michael Thomas one. I like the Tyler Lockett. I like the Melvin. The tight end room is really good. This is a good team. This is a good team. I agree. This also feels like a win now team as well. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's multiple win now teams. Let's give it a B plus. Let's even it out. Yeah, and we'll come back to the win now teams.
I wouldn't put an A on it either, but it's a really good team.
Yeah, it's close. It's really close.
And I think they got good value with certain players. Ryan, we got Joe Burrow, we got Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, and Trubisky. So this is actually a beautiful quarterback room. Getting Deshaun Watson at the 4-9. I have a video releasing really soon about Deshaun Watson. It's called Rebuilding Trades to Target. And I think, again, him going here at the 4-9 just kind of proves my point even more on that video. But, getting Pickett and Trubisky, you have such a good quarterback room. And in a super flex league, you're going to have a lot of flexibility moving forward. And this is an elite quarterback room, honestly, a couple years down the road, I think. Wide receiver-wise, outside of T. Higgins, I would say it is one of the weaker groups. I mean, we only have 4 wide receivers in general. And we can start 4 in our starting lineup. So I would say the wide receiver is pretty clearly where this group falls off. Ayuk definitely has upside. Cooks is a good guy for a win now strat. Gallup, what can he really develop into? Let's find out. I don't think those are bad picks necessarily with where you got them at their ADP. But it's just not a very good complete room. Running back wise, you look great. CMC, Dobbins, Dillon. So, and then tight ends are great. Really, the only weakness on this team would be wide receivers overall. So, this is I kind of want to put it B plus because of how strong the quarterbacks are, but the wide receiver room is so weak. And I tend to value wide receivers over most positions outside of quarterback. Right. So I would kind of put this B plus territory.
Okay. D. Lawrence, Lamar, Fields, Jimmy G, good quarterback room there. Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, J-Mo, Juju, Claypool, Bell, Tolbert. This is kind of a hybrid-ish, I would say. Devontae Adams there with Juju and all these other people. Then you got Jacobs, Mitchell, Sanders, Chuba with Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
What am I thinking here? It's not a bad team. I like Jacobs and Mitchell. I like with Sanders. I like the running back room. Let's get that out the way. I like the quarterback rooms. Get that out the way.
Pretty good team.
It's a good team. I don't know.
The only thing I was gonna say, like off the bat, is I'm probably going Ken Walker over Josh Jacobs if I have that option, and I'm someone who's advocating for Josh Jacobs on the daily, but still, I'm probably gonna go Ken over JJ if I have that option.
Okay. I'm okay with JJ there.
Sure.
At least in my eyes. This is a good team. I have nothing to nitpick. If I really had a nitpick on something, you know, I guess find a direction. Maybe that sounds harsh, but I mean, it's a hybrid. It was your strat. So
yeah,
I think this is a good team. I don't know if this is an A team though, as well. In my opinion, I mean, Blaze agrees with me. I mean, you hear that, D. Lawrence. You always advocate for Blaze. So let's give you a B flat here.
Okay.
I feel like B plus too.
Yeah, I was gonna say B plus feels right.
It feels, yeah. It doesn't feel like I should give him B flat. I think B plus.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we go Diggs instead of Adams.
That's what I was thinking, because Diggs is a little bit younger. Do you go someone young in there and that really completes it?
Diggs or Debo instead of Adams, and Godwin's fine. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
El Tigre. We got Trey Lance and Tua. If I can lock in Trey Lance at the 2-5 in every draft, I would do it. Just that would be incredible. And then Baker. So it's a pretty good quarterback room there. Lots of upside. Wide receivers, we got Jefferson, Tyreek, Mike, Watson, Kirk, and Alec Pierce, as well as Justin Ross. Your wide receiver room is speaking to me. I love it. And running back room, we've got Ken Walker, Chubb, Pierce, Ingram. And I think it's a pretty good running back room. I've said this before with Pierce. I don't think he's really like the long-term workhorse option, but I think with where you were on the board, I think it's pretty good value to grab him there. Really, the only thing that isn't speaking to me is the Mike Gesicki pick. I am not anti-Mike Gesicki. I probably would have drafted every tight end that went after him over Gesicki. Maybe that's being harsh, but Kmet, absolutely over him. McBride, absolutely. Goddard, absolutely. Alberto, Irv Smith, maybe. Ertz for sure. I just like Gesicki was okay last year, but now you add Tyreek, as well as we're going to keep feeding Waddle. I find it hard to see consistency for him. So really, that's the only thing. But this is B plus territory for me as well. I would say this is amongst some of the best teams. But maybe if we went, like, what if we had like a Hunter Henry on this team later on, like in the 13th, 14th, 15th round, or just a different tight end I could really rely upon. But I would say B plus is a good team.
Okay. Juice. I don't know if you want to cover our faces because it's in the way. No pressure though.
Sure.
Swifty, JT, Singletary, Khalil. Good running back room. I like it. You got Singletary there, just in case, I guess. DK, Garrett Wilson, Keenan Allen, George Pickens, Roberto, MVS, and Shakira. Good wide receiver room as well. DK is still a great talent, questionable for this year, which is okay. Garrett Wilson, I love my wide receiver one here. George Pickens, another guy. I think the wide receiver room is shaky. Like this doesn't feel like a team that could really compete. It sounds crazy. Does it compete right now, I guess, based off of what we know? Zach Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Jameis with Darren Waller. It just feels like this wide receiver room just kind of has too many question marks. Roberto, MVS, and then DK, who's going to be the quarterback. Even if Baker comes through, I'm not truly excited. I'm hoping that they get a better quarterback next year. It's a good overall foundation for the future. Another thing is Aaron Rodgers, could be one and done here, but at least you had Jameis. So this one for sure for me is a B flat. I like the people. It was just not taking me there to the next level.
Okay.
I don't know.
B
If
flat,
Zach's
you said.
there. Okay. You were quiet for.
Sorry, I just had my mic muted. We got our quarterbacks are Mills, Ryan, Ritter. I saw a comment. He said he was gonna try and build quarterbacks, go for quarterbacks in the upcoming draft classes. Pretty decent quarterback room, but obviously not what you would want in starting up. It's a strategy we're trying though, obviously. So we got Harris, Mixon, Gibson, and Edmonds. We've got London, McLaurin, Cooper, Jahan, Rondell, OBJ, and we got Pitts and Ertz. So the hard part about betting on quarterbacks in future classes is we have a lot of players that are going to help us win right now. Amari Cooper, for example, Terry McLaurin, for example, Joe Mixon, Chase Edmonds, OBJ. So I wonder if this team would end up being like they would finish, let's say, 6th or 7th, or maybe they make the playoffs because Ryan and Mills might have a good year or Ritter becomes a starter, which isn't like a bad thing, but I just don't know if we are for sure going to be able to position ourselves for a quarterback. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I think it's a good team overall. Good running backs. I love that you were able to get Kyle Pitts. I like the wide receiver room. Love the Jahan Dotson pick. Thought that was great value. I'm not so certain that we're just going to be in a position, though, to grab a quarterback in the upcoming class or in 2024. But I think it's a really good team. I mean, every pick, I think you got good value at the pick. But overall, I would say B flat because I'm not sure we're going to be able to really complete that vision as, we might still be a good team.
Okay. B flat here. Big Chevy. All right. Dak, Tannehill, Jared Goff. I like it. I'm just trying to nitpick here. Anyways, let's come back to that. CD, Michael Pittman, Hollywood, Laviska, DJ Chark. I like your top 3 guys. I think the last guys were falls off. I think maybe I would rather just have some rookies. Alec Pierce was there, David Bell, Tyler Lockett, John Mechie, Jalen Tolbert was all available. I would rather Wandale was available there as well. I think I would Jacoby Myers. I would rather take all those guys over Laviska and DJ Chark. That's just a thought process for you. Running backs, Cook, Monty, Hunt, Stevenson, and Penny. I like the running back room. I love Monty, Dalvin Cook there, Kareem Hunt, and Stevenson just in case, and Penny. So I think it's good with Dalton Schultz and Robert Tonyan. Drafted him after we said that, so kudos to you. For the quarterback room, I guess I'm trying to think of Ryan Tannehill. I guess he took that quarterback. He was in that late realm there. I think I would have rather try and get like a Cortland Sutton, and then instead of getting Kareem Hunt, or maybe even Rashad Penny, I don't know how that would kind of have worked out. I probably would have taken Jameis. I would be okay with Jameis being in my QB2, still going with Jared Goff, somehow switching it up.
You wouldn't have had the option of James at the 9/11.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Man, I think I would just rather choose another quarterback outside of Ryan Tannehill right now. It feels like.
Sure.
Think this offense is going to struggle this year. Ryan Tannehill is going to struggle. I mean, maybe even Matt Ryan. He was available instead of taking Ramondre. In that realm, I guess you also probably wanted to get some running back depth. So it's not, I'm saying it's bad. It's good that you still got that QB3. Guess that's something just a nitpick, but I really like this team. I'll give it a B as well.
All right, Fantasy Dominator. We've got Hurts and Wilson, as well as Danny Dimes. Our running backs are Eckler, Barkley, Jones, Tyrion, and Gainwell. Our wide receivers are Sutton, Mike Williams, Allen Lazard, Russell Gage, D-Hop. Our tight ends are Kittle and Njoku. So I think this team is going to win some games. I feel like guys like Gage typically don't go this early, though. I think Gage is good value, but I would be curious to see where his ADP is in our other mocks.
I think
or in general in Dynasty.
High,
I feel like I've seen him in like the 12th, 13th rounds before. In Dynasty specifically. obviously in redraft, it's a different situation. But in Dynasty, I feel like I see him go much later, and probably Allen as well. Like I don't see many people going Allen over guys like Kirk and Gallup and Pickens and stuff, you know. But again, it's a win now strategy. Allen could be good this year. But I think it's a good team, good at quarterback, good at running back. I don't love the value of getting Aaron Jones in the 5th round, but at the same time, I understand that it really does fit the strategy. If we're looking at tight ends, I keep saying this, like if I'm a win now team and I don't get Andrews, Pitts, or Kelsey, then I'm probably just waiting, because you could have gotten Darren Waller at the 8-4 or the 8-1, for example. And then maybe we start our wide receiver room off a little bit earlier. You know, what if we could have had the guy like Hollywood Brown instead of, you know, what we had? So I don't know. I'm just trying to find ways to also keep the team a little bit younger. But it's a good team. I mean, I would say B plus. If the goal is to win now, it's probably going to be in the championship game, I imagine, in this league. So overall, I would say it's a pretty good team. Maybe team 1 might take you, you know, run for your money. They got a better wide receiver room for sure. But yeah, I would say B plus.
Okay. So I guess let's come back to the teams then. So really, the teams that I would say have won are good teams are team 1 and 2. Team 2, I forgot who it was. I think that was Dallas. I don't know if there was another team you want to put.
Yeah, I wasn't like, I liked team 2, but the wide receiver room was super weak for me.
Oh, maybe it wasn't team 2.
I liked Stump's team. Yeah, I liked
think it was
Jay
team
Stump's
3
team
because that's the one I graded. So it was one
I
of
also
those
really
two,
liked Ryan's team, but again, the wide receiver room wasn't there for me.
Right. If I had to choose one, I think I'm okay with I'm okay going with John or Stump. Obviously, those are the two. I think the wide receiver room feels more solid in John's potentially than in Stump's, but the running back room feels more solid in Stump's than in John's.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I could choose one team to take over today, I think I would choose Stump's personally.
Yeah, and he has the value. He also has really good tight ends, and he also has a 3rd quarterback just in case, as well. So those are the things that kind of trump John's team.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jay Stump it is.
Yeah, I would say Jay Stump.
Wow.
Mock drafter of the night.
Who would have thought? Not me.
Honestly. Jay Stump, congratulations, brother.
All love.
John says no. RBs are king. Wesley says no. I don't think you have bad RBs. I just don't know. Like we see upside with these wide receivers. Again, like I said, I think it's a good win now team, but I also don't love the idea of what this team could mean in a couple of years. So
yeah, I definitely get it.
X-Ron says rate each other teams for laugh. Okay, but Aki, do you want to quickly rate my team here?
Yeah, give me a second. I just closed it. It's okay. I can look through the stream because I was getting ready for the other one.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, Carson Wentz, good quarterbacks. Javonte, Etienne, Pollard, and Henderson with Stiggs, Bateman, Mooney, Allen Robinson, Calvin Ridley, and Jarvis Landry, Pat the Dragon, and Trey McBride. I think it's good. It's a good overall balanced team, honestly. I'm not somebody that invests in Calvin Ridley, so I would definitely take somebody else. I can't see if Jalen Tolbert was going the right way. Maybe he was available for you, or John Mechie.
Tolbert was before him, but Mechie was beforehand.
Yeah, I can't really see. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, 13-5. So I think overall it's a good team. Honestly, I really like the team. It's just that's one thing I would nitpick, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, we see Calvin go in the 11th. Personally, I'm taking Calvin in the 13th all day. But I understand. Badaki, you got Stafford, Mac Jones. We don't have a 3rd quarterback here. Wide receiver room is incredible. Like there's no doubt that the wide receiver room is incredible. I mean, you said it yourself though. Running back room is pretty weak. Definitely hoping on certain players to really establish themselves. But outside of that, Cole Kmet, I like Cole Kmet. I'm happy with him being my tight end in Dynasty. Yeah, I would say overall, it's a really good team. I just would like to have a third quarterback, and I would like to have a running back room
running
that
back.
there is some sort of foundational pieces, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So I would put this in like the B plus category.
Yeah, easy.
All right,
Sounds good, people.
we're about to do a mock draft on the redraft channel. If you want to start pumping out some redraft content, get in that mindset, come join us. I put the link in the chat. So we will see you guys here very soon. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Drop a like on your way out if you have yet to do so. That would mean a lot. And we will talk to you guys soon. See you on the other stream.
Dose.